Well, welcome back to Backyard Cars. And, well, today we're discussing what these two cars have in common. Well, yeah, you probably guessed it. The big block, it's going in the Monte Carlo. Because, well, that's the race car. And the old stock 350 that we revived with the car, well, it's got no ponies. And, well, we completed Sick Week and we won the BurnOut competition at Musclepalooza, but we weren't fast. And it wouldn't even hold third gear and spin the tires. So that pretty much decided what was happening with the big block before I even bought the car. And my buddy who sold me the car, he knew that my plan was to take this 454s and put it in the Motley. So I think that's what we're going to do. And I don't even know what the future of the T-Bucket is. I don't know if I put a small block back in it, if I just sell the car. I'm not sure. It's cool, and we revived it. And well, it's not something I dig. You know, I'm a muscle car guy and a truck guy. And this is close. It's like a mini muscle truck, but I can't put the youngins in it. And well, the youngins, they mean more than anything else. So before let's see. Before we go ahead and start tearing this motor out of here, we're going to attempt to do a sick burnout with it. We're going to attempt it. I got the old tires on it, as you can probably see. So they'll be a little bit hard, and you know, with no torque converter, she don't like to even do anything. This old motor don't even come to life until like 2,500 RPM. So no brakes, no torque converter, and feathering it just to keep it running and drive stopped. Those are going to work against us. But we're going to try it. And before we take it out, we're going to pull the boom tubes off the end because those are baffled. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't even get to hear what the motor really sounds like. But you will before we pull it out, because I'm going to take the boom tubes off and we're going to try and unleash this beast on these old tires and pray we don't blow one up and slam it into the body, because I don't want to do any more damage to it. All right, let's get set up for that. All right, I'm going to fire it up real quick so you can hear it with the tubes on and you can remember what it sounded like. I don't want to get the boom tubes too hot. I mean, whoo! I might need a rag. So hot. All right, there we go. But yeah. Whew. Let's see if you can. Can you see in there? Let's see. Can you see? It's baffled all the way through. So it's like, it's not even a glass pack. It's more quiet than the glass pack. Now, she's not quiet. Let me grab the other one off. All right, both tubes are off. Let's hear it. Open header. Let's hear it open header. How she's going to sound in the Monte Carlo. That's a little different, huh? Let's see if it'll roast them. It will roast one. Well, she's got too much traction. Almost killed you. All right, well, yep, it's another day. I got kids and a regular job and all that good stuff. So after, like most of you do, so after I get done with all that, I got a couple hours every day to mess with this. So here we go. Let's see how far we can get on removing the big block. We got to get both these rad hoses off that were a total pain to get on. So that'll be fun. And then get the rad completely out of the way. Because, well, the big block ain't going to come out. It's like a ½ inch from this radiator. So, 2 rad hoses. We're going to cut the electric fan line down here, or maybe even disconnect it right there. It looks like I can. Get this whole rad and cover off. I think the alternator is going to stay with this car, but I'm going to take it off because there's no sense in moving that. Let the rad breathe. I was trying to put a bucket underneath it so that I could save my water, well, at least not make a mess, but the car sits so low, my pan won't go under it. I got a thick pan yet. I think there's a smaller one somewhere. I don't know. I'm not going and looking for it. So we're just going to make a mess. That was more of a mess than I thought. I didn't think it had that much water in it. But okay. Yeah, just keep on pouring. It's just water, guys. I'm in Florida. There's no need for antifreeze. I could probably put water wetter in there, but well, then I got to save it when I pop it. This way, I can just pop it and we're good. Okay. That really made a big mess. I hope it dries quick. You know, here in Florida, with the humidity and the heat, water doesn't stick around very long. All right, so that's that. I got to get these brackets that hold the, off. There's little brackets here that hold the top of the radiator. I either take them apart here or disconnect them up here. So I'll just pull them off from down here. This lug I'm taking off. All right. Let's set this back on there so we don't lose it. I already disconnected the battery too. So don't go saying, hey, I never saw you disconnect that. And we're just sticking the bolt back or the nut back on the stud so we don't lose it. One of them on each side. I'm going to leave the headlights on because I believe I got enough room to get up there and out. I'm leaving the trans in the car for now. So I don't need much room to get it out. I do have a zip gun that I could use here, but it probably won't fit in here all that well. So, oh, I just dropped the washer. Come here, washer. All right, now let's try and peek in here. Let's see what's going on with this wiring. There's one wire here. Where's that go to? I don't know what that goes to. We got two wires there and there. They look like they're on some nuts or something. I don't know. They used an extension cord? What is going on here? I got the floor all wet too, so I can't really look up underneath there. I'm probably just going to end up cutting that. We got those off. Hoses are out. Let's disconnect the cover. Our little imitation grill. I think that's the radiator and the cover that comes off that way. Yeah, the rad's bolted in there too. That's surely ugly, huh? It's a pretty fat radiator though. You would think that would cool it. Alright, let's see what's going on here. We put one here, and let's see. Can we move the rad anywhere? I'm awfully nervous. Oh, it's still got a bunch of water in it. Picking it up. Okay. We got issues. I don't wanna break anything. I need to get this combobulation off. Can you just lay there without putting any gouges as anything? We're just clipping it. Don't go getting mad at me. It goes from this wire to like an extension cord over to this thing. So let's just clip it and we'll redo it when we put the rad back on. If we put the rad back on. I mean, should we put something back in it? Oh, that's it. We got it. All right. Now, that's just going to sit there for us. And we're into the big boxes. That thing's barely... What in the world? I mean, you shouldn't be able to do that. That's probably why they need the fan on the outside, because this poor fan just ain't even turning in here. This horrible design. But it don't matter, because it's coming out. I don't need to take none of that off. I guess the alternator. You got to do the alternator. Where's my... I think that bolt's a 7/16. She ain't wanting to come loose. Come on. All right. All the wires are staying with the car, and the gauges are staying with the car. So we'll have to. I mean, I guess there ain't but a couple wires coming out of that firewall. It ain't hard to figure it out. Alternator, temp sensor. I need to get the temp. Oh, that's not looking good at all. Temp sensor. What do we need to take off? We need to get the alternator, 9 tanks. All right. I think I'm just gonna pull the whole bracket from both ends and leave it together off the intake and the water pump. Oh, let's get these back in the holes here before we forget about where those go. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. At least that's what they say. All right. Now I can either take this off here or on the intake. For the intake, I think. I know. You just broke the seal. It's not torqued correctly. Yep. That over. Move that off. Now look, when I put these back in, when I put this all back together, I'm going to take this off and clean it real good. New gaskets and all that good stuff anyhow. So I'm okay with that. What else do we need to do? Probably should have fired up and let it run out of gas first though, huh? That would probably have been smart. Because that fuel line's probably full of fuel. Probably so. Okay. I guess we pop the plug wires off. And I'd like to leave the distributor in it. I don't see any, well, I guess I got to take it off to redo the intake, but I guess I don't want to do that till it's sitting in the Monte Carlo. Once it's sitting in the Monte, then we can pull the distributor intake back off of it. Clean all that up. It's just, can we just get it, one unit here? Carb is going to end up coming off. I don't know what else I need right now off top here. Oh, I still got to get that loose. There's that temp sensor. I mean, it shouldn't take you like an hour to do this. Me, maybe a little longer, because you know I'm a bum. Well, please come out of here without any problems. That would be so nice of you if you would just do that. Oh, it's already causing a problem. Nope. All right, well, looks like we'll be getting a new temp sensor when we put this car back together. But this whole thing is twisting with it, and there's nothing I can do. So it's probably gonna break it right there. And you get no more temperature sensor. All right, one temp sensor release. Now, let's put this over here. We're gonna have to take off the fuel contraptions. Mm-hmm. Yep, correct. The throttle's gonna stay with the car. This wire here is the charging wire. That's gonna stay with the car. And we got Earl sending unit somewhere down here. Why would you be way down here? Okay. It is what it is. I can't believe that old plastic line held up. They say change it, it'll break. I'm sure it will. This one didn't. I don't know. See how quick that water dried up? It's Florida, baby. Lakes dry up in 20 minutes here. And it's just preheating. We're like the beginning of May. No, we're in the middle of May, right? May 22nd? 22nd, right? I don't know. One of them days. It's pretty close. June, July, August, September. Wow, 4 months of heat. 5 really, because it doesn't even cool down in Florida until mid-October. Y'all are worrying about snow and all that stuff, and we're still cooking. Like chicken in an air fryer. I guess I gotta take that carburetor off. Well, I thought that was a half inch. What's this one? 9/16. I don't have the half inch nowhere. Skipped right over it. 9/16, 7/16, 3/8, half inch. Oh, maybe I should. Let's dump some fuel out first, right? Screwdriver and a rag. Old shirt. That will suffice. PCV valve down out of the way. Let you see it with some plug wires being moved, right? I just try and catch any fuel that falls. That way we ain't got fuel dripping all over. Oh, well, that definitely doesn't seem good. It seems like as soon as I let this go, it's going to make a mess on the ground. You know it. Anywhere I can stick it where it'll kind of stay up for now. Decent. Okay. Leave the fuel rail on because the whole carb is moving. Right? Right. Okay. Back to the carburetor. Not too shabby. Let's just lay them down here for now. Might have to use them. Probably not. And off with the head. Oh, what's hooked up over there? Vacuum. We got vacuum. Okay. I don't know where I'm going to stick this. I don't want to put it in the car. Oh, okay. Just take it easy. Apparently, I need to let it drain. What do I need to do here? I need to put the carburetor plate on here. Do you think I could pick it up using the carb plate? It's a big block. It's got no accessories really though, right? Should be no problem. Stick that down in there for now, just so nothing falls in there. But the carb plate's over on the 350, the pink 350. I need to grab the carb plate and stick it on here. Man, we're just moving right along, huh? I need to regain consciousness here. Let's get the headers off, I guess. That'll give us a little more room to disconnect the wiring for the starter, or did we just drop the starter altogether? Then I'd have to tie it up. It's probably best to just disconnect the wiring and leave the starter on it for now. Right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alright, probably gonna have to use a shorter extension. I know some of y'all got like 10 toolboxes of tools. And I myself have several large toolboxes of tools. But I find myself working out of like the 125 piece Craftsman set all the time. It's crazy. But it is what it is. It's got all the sockets right there. Nice, easy fitting. You can just go through and rock things out. And you put it away when you use it. I'm just saying. Some of y'all got Mako. Some of y'all got Snap-on. I got Craftsman. It'd be really cool if I could use these headers, but there's no way they're going to clear the control arms in the Monte Carlo. I mean, I'm okay with cutting some rear fender exits, but I don't think this is, it ain't fitting the A-body. But believe me, I'm gonna check it out, and if it will, we'll use them. Because I don't like spending money. I'm cheap. Look at those old header gaskets. When they used to make header gaskets, it's like cardboard. It's like 1/4 inch cardboard. All right, one header down. Let's get the other header off. Uh-oh. I think my battery's going dead on me. It's a little bit bulky with their battery setup, but it works. All right, we're there. Let me get all these bolts back in, because we ain't trying to lose nothing. I'm gonna end up taping all the exhaust ports so nothing can climb up inside my motor. Sorry, my engine. It's an engine. I know motors are electric. I'm a redneck, you know. I just say what I say, and it is what it is. I've said my piece and spoken my piece and counted to 3. Bless your heart. Look at that. I ain't even done nothing. And I'm sweating. I'm running out of breath. I got a fan. I don't know if you can hear it. I got a fan kicking. But it's like, the fan in the bottom of your air fryer that's just circulating the hot air all over your chicken. It's cooking me right now. It's circulating the hot air all. I'll be done in 20 minutes. You ready for eating? What's going on here? Why is that? I just took one out of there. You got to go back in there. You can't just pretend. Oh, I didn't take one out of there. My bad. Okay, that was the wrong hole. Who knew? Wrong hole. You got to say something. You can't just let me try and jam it in the wrong hole. No, that didn't sound good. Didn't sound good at all. All right, where are we at now? I still got the oil thing I got to do, but we got the starter in our teeth right here. So what do we? How do we? What is going on with all this? I don't even know. I did it, and I don't even remember. Sorry, I can't. I probably should have got the right size socket, but instead I grabbed needle nose, thinking that I could turn that nut with the needle nose. And before you start laughing, it worked. And then when in doubt, just get it out. All right. So I'm gonna grab a drink. Then we'll get here. I got to get the oil line out, and then torque converter bolts. Is there a shield on that? Nope. Okay, torque converter bolts, bell housing bolts, motor mounts. Out she goes. Out she goes. All right, let me get a drink. Thirsty. All right, so after our break, I got the starter off so I could get to the torque converter bolts easier because it's kind of a pain to lay underneath it. And we dropped a little weight, so okay. Starter's off, torque converter bolts are loose. Both motor mounts are loose. The only other thing connected is the bell housing, obviously. And right down here, the oil sending thing for the gauge, which that just came loose pretty easy, but that's an old plastic line. And, everyone says, hey, they break, and then you're, up the paddle. Probably could have cut that, to be honest with you. But I'll just run mine to there. We should be good. Everything looks good back there. I did go and break all the bell housing bolts loose, and I put a strap on the front of the tranny to hold the trans from moving. So essentially all we got to do is get the engine hoist out. Oh, I put the plate on too. I got to get the engine hoist out, which is actually behind the car. So I'm going to have to clean everything up and roll the car forward and pull my engine hoist out and over here. But I got to pick it up and get it out of here. Bell housing bolts, and she's out. But I do have an issue well, I got nowhere to put it. I got my engine stand out back is holding a small block that I've been slowly rebuilding. you know, with spare change. And then I got this little gutter stand that I set the pink small block on. And then the other little gutter stand that's similar to this is, well, that's holding the LT right over there. So all my spots for engines are taken up. So I don't really know. I don't have the motor or the engine out of the Monty, so I can't just pick this up and drop it in the Monty. I'm gonna have to set it somewhere while I get the Monte Carlo ready. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of went ham, and I undid everything and got I did a bunch of stuff, and I'm about to pull it out now. I just popped it loose and started picking it up and thought, oh, I don't even have the camera on. So you get to see the big block leave the bucket as gently as we possibly can. Everything is disconnected. Right? Yep. Now let's try not to hit these headlights, nor drop our big block from the sky. Let's get it up to clear these headlights. Oh, and the horn. She's going to have to go up in the air a bit. All right, she's free, right? Okay. I don't know how I feel about all this. You gotta lift it up so high that it's gonna make me very nervous. I gotta clear the horn, and I had to jack the front of the car up and put it on blocks because the tie rod sat so low that I couldn't get the hoist over it. Yeah. I mean, I just want to go up high enough to get out of here. Am I gonna hit the horn? All right, let's set her down. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Oh, I said nice and easy. You get a tire with some water in it, right? Right, the good old tire with some water in it. I know that pan looks like it'll just sit flat, and I should probably just set it flat, but I'm used to always putting them on a tire. I just kind of, I don't know. You know, it's what I do. We just pray everything's good. Let's see. Oh. All right, let's not take the thing off of that, huh? One big block out of the bucket. Look at that. Man, that joker just stood up. Now the bucket can be, all the situations can be addressed, you know? We're good to go. Oh, this needs to go. Okay, we're not hitting the headlights right now anyhow. Boom, boom. Now I got to figure out where I'm putting the big block. I think I'm actually going to walk it over here and then roll the car out and put it up in the corner over there for right now because I got to order some things. All right, so to put this in the Monty, I need the 454 tower for the car, right? I think the 350 is the same on this side. It's the mount in the car that's got to change for the 454. And then that circle track flat across oil pan will not fit the A body. I need the one that is cut out up in the front. Got the big thick back. Those two things just to get it in the car. No, I need three things. I need those motor mounts, oil pan, and I need a torque converter. Because the factory one, I think that one is not good for this. They say with the cam it's got that I should have a 4,000 stall torque converter on it. But to me, and it's just me, that's a little high for a car I want to drive around town. You know? If I was just going to the track, sure. But I want to put it around town too. Maybe take a cruise on the back roads and do burnouts. So we're going to try and hit a happy medium. We're going to go with like a 3,000 stall. Driving this car around, I know that the motor at about 2,500 RPM is when that motor starts to come alive. So I want to stall it at like 28, 3,000, something like that. Looks like the credit card's going to be hot. But I got to get all those things before we can put it in the Monty. So what do we do with this? Now that this is out, do we forget we even own it? Should we do something with this first? You know? Before we put the motor in the Monty, should we stick something back in here? Or do we go all in? I mean, I got to buy stuff here too. I got a small block I could throw in here, Chevrolet. Sorry, Ford guys, I don't have a 302 laying around. That's going to require new mounts because these are not going to line up for the small block. Even with a front plate, they're not going to line up. They're going to be a couple inches off. So we'll go with some side mount for the 350s. That's like $100. I can use that torque converter. I need to like re-gasket. The motor ran good, but it leaked oil everywhere. So I got to get a gasket seal. That's a couple. I think I could put a motor back in here for cheaper than putting the big block into the Monte Carlo, and probably quicker. What would you guys rather see? Would you rather see me go all in and get the big block in the Monte Carlo and take it to the track and see what's the difference between the 250 horse small block and the 550 horse big block? How much faster does it make the car go? I don't know. I'm thinking 12s. Am I crazy? Maybe I am. I don't know. I mean, we ran 15.5s pretty consistently with 250 horse. So if we double that, right, we should run 7s. Ha! Never. No. Realistically, I'm going to say low 13s, high 12s. That's what we should do, right? With big block, 550 horse big block. That's got to be good for high 12s. I don't know. Somebody right now is like, that motor ain't 550 horse and you ain't running 12s. Probably not. Okay. Well, I got all the bolts accounted for. And the motor is out. Yep. I guess I got to put it over there now. Well, we got everything cleaned up, put away. I just set the motor right there for now. The engine. Just for now. It looks a little different. And I'm going to end it right here as we wait on parts and figure out what we're going to do. But I want you guys to comment. Should we put something back in this before we put that in the Monte Carlo, or should we just go ahead and stick that in the Monte Carlo and then circle back around to this later on? Or maybe one of you watchers, one of you subscribers is interested in the rolling chassis. I know. I've been asking around and I've had a lot of offers and a lot of trades, and I like cash, but I also like nifty little things. Nothing's really tickled my fancy yet. I have had a couple $6,000, $6,500 offers. Well, I think $6,500 and serious $6,500, you could have the rolling chassis with the transmission. Yep. Or I don't know, what do we got? What do we got to trade? Hit me up in the comments. If you have a trade or you're interested in buying it, you can email us at Backyardcarz with a Z at Yahoo. You can see it's in the description. You can see our email address in the description. But it is what it is. I have to go get in there and order parts. So I appreciate you watching. Go down there and do the thumb thing. Ring the bell. Come back and see what we're going to do the next time around. Where are we at? Are we on this? Or is that going in there? I don't know. Maybe we buy something in between now and then. All right. Enjoy your weekend.